Afternoon, everybody. Christian here. Got some coffee. All right, so I had a dream 2 nights ago. I want to get it out there so that I don't forget anything of it. But I don't have the interpretation. I have no idea, very little idea of any understanding of this dream. So I'm going to put it out there. I might come back later if the Lord gives me understanding about it. I could say, hey, remember that dream I said back when? Well, this is this. However, I also want to share it with you so that if any of you, many times you guys give me your feedback on the dreams or the words that God's given me, and then it gives me even further insight, So feel free to comment below and give me your insight on what you are being shown by the Holy Spirit about this dream. So this is the dream. I'm in a 2-story house and I'm personally coming down the stairs from the upstairs to the downstairs. That's the start of the dreams. I'm coming down the stairs and I'm holding an infant, basically, or just the point where it's going from infant to toddler, that stage. And it's my son. And the thing that's odd about that is that my son isn't an infant. He's 14 years old. But in this dream, I'm holding my son and I'm coming down the stairs, and it's a very open, bright house. I don't see really anything in there in particular. It's just very large. But I do notice in the dream, I'm aware that it's got a yellow outside of this house. The house, even though I'm looking from the inside, the house is yellow on the outside. And it reminds me of a house that I rented many, many years ago. And it just has that rental house feel to it, that it reminds me of that. So anyway, I come down the stairs carrying my son, and I'm going to go look out the window at the front door because I'm expecting to see something when I look out there. And then what I see, I'm going to surprise my son with it. I'm going to pretend scare him with it, okay? So I look outside before I show my son what's out the window, and I see, as I expected to see, mass destruction. There's a huge tree down. I don't even know how the tree did not hit the house because of the size of the trunk and everything that's like laying at the door, and yet there's no damage. And so I show my son, kind of thing. Weird, I don't know, it's a dream. And obviously you wouldn't do that unless you knew there was no danger and you were just trying to, get the kid to see the moment for what it was, And so that's it. And I turn around and I start heading back to the main center of the house, right? It's very, very open. So I'm just going from the door back to the middle of the house. But as I come back to the middle of the house, all of a sudden I'm looking at the back side of the house and from inside. And I see that all of a sudden the entire back wall and ceiling all starts moving in and cracking and breaking as though maybe a landslide or a earthquake or something like that was now crushing this house, right, from one side. And as I'm standing there, I see there's a support beam in this house that it's a square beam, and it's not painted anything. It's just wood. I can see the actual grain of the wood, and it's moving toward me closer and closer as this house gets crushed and moves toward me. And I'm reminded that I have had a dream in the past where something destructive was happening. And in that dream I shared with you guys, I knew I didn't move, and it moved itself away from me. I did not move at all, and it moved around me. And so in this dream, I'm reminded of that, and I think maybe this is that situation, and I shouldn't move at all. And so as I'm not moving, this continues to get crushed, and this wooden beam comes closer and closer. And when it's coming close to me, I'm thinking, well, maybe I should move away from this wooden beam just so it doesn't hit me, But no sooner I thought that, it starts to move around me and starts to go in this direction. And then everything stops. The crushing of the house stops and everything's just still. And then I take off for the front door. Like, okay, now I'm going to exit before this thing collapses or whatever. And that was the end of the dream. So again, I have no understanding of really what I'm seeing here, other than the fact to say that there's a massive destruction coming that's going to displace people. But that's all I have. And at the same time, it will be, as I've shared with you in the past and previous other dreams the Lord has given me, He's showing you will be protected in this thing. So the destruction that happened outside did not affect the house whatsoever. And I was actually surprised that it hadn't done any damage that I could see from looking from inside out. And then even when the wooden beam starts coming toward me, the house is getting crushed to that point, it moves around me. So the Lord is really showing, this, I'm going to take care of my people. I'm going to cover them. I'm going to protect them. And other people, it's going to be obvious to other people that you were protected in this situation, Anyway, that's all I have for you. If you have any insight on the dream, feel free to comment below. I appreciate it. Share it with whomever you feel led to do so. God bless, take care, and I'll see you in the next one.